Welcome back into the drive with Tim Donnelly here on 99.9 The Fan from Charlotte, the location of ACC football kickoff. We are now joined by the head coach of NC State, Dave Doeren. Dave, I feel like there's a part of your personality that I'm hearing about that I haven't seen yet. We were talking with Wes Durham yesterday, and we asked him, I don't know how we got here, if he could pick coaches to bring to a roller rink for a party. You were one of the first draft picks. And then I'm talking to some people I know in the NC State world today, and they told me to ask you about playing guitar at Pebble Beach.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but I want to know more. So tell me about guitar at Pebble Beach.
Well, Rick Neuheisel, as everyone knows, is a great entertainer, and Pebble Beach golf outing it's a fantastic event. And at night, Rick will come into the places we hang out with his guitar and walk around and sing. And then I play guitar as well, so I'll get up and play. And I don't sing as well as Rick, but I try, But yeah, I love music, man. It's one of my passions. When I'm not, coaching, and when I'm not doing what you do as a dad or all those things, like hobby-wise, it's fishing, golf, guitar, like those. I love music.
So if we're at the lake, we're sitting around a fire, someone breaks out the guitar. Hey, Dave, play us something. What's the song? What's the go-to?
I can play a lot of music, so you
taking requests?
If we're at the lake, yeah, I take requests. I'd play some Jimmy Buffett probably if we're at the lake, but I can play a lot of different music and enjoy doing it.
Nice. That's Dave Doeren, NC State head coach / guitar player. Learn something new about you every year. In your time, right? We've gotten to know you a bunch of different ways, gotten to see college football kind of through your eyes a bunch of different ways. Do you ever think you'd have a quarterback that drives a Lamborghini around campus?
Do I?
I saw social media. I was on Instagram and I saw him with the Lamborghini truck.
I have no idea what he's driving right now, but no, I didn't.
All right. Well, then let's talk about CJ Bailey on the field, right? A true freshman last year, coming back into this year. What are you expecting from CJ Bailey as far as, the developments and things that maybe were lacking this year that you want to improve on this year?
Well, you can't replace experience. And so the things that he had on the field last year will help him be better. And because of those experiences, you look to see a guy that sees things a little quicker, has some mistakes in the past that he can learn from. He also has time on campus with his players. So the chemistry of throwing the ball to Noah Rogers, throwing the ball to Wesley Grimes, Justin Joly, the camaraderie that he has with his O-line, with his backs, and all that stuff's going to be different. Last year, he was in survival mode, man. I mean, he's trying to find out how to learn it. What's the play called again? Like now he knows the offense. He has a relationship with his teammates. He knows his head coach. He knows his offensive coordinator. And so it's just a more mature, poised version of himself. And he's got a lot to prove, man. Like, we lost a lot of one-possession games. I know CJ would tell you he wants to win every one of those and be the reason it happens.
It's interesting. The three pass catchers you noticed, right? Or you just mentioned, Noah Rogers, Wesley Grimes, Justin Joly. Last year at this event, we were really excited about the incoming transfers from last offseason, right. All three of those amongst them. And you could throw in Hollywood Smothers, Zeke Correll, obviously Jordan Waters, Grayson McCall as well, who were here with you. Did you learn anything from that roster building experience that, it's tough to put that many new guys, particularly on offense, and have any kind of chemistry that you just mentioned?
100%. I think every year you coach is learning experience. Every mistake you make is a teachable moment for yourself if you'll take it that way. And we took too many guys in the portal. It just started. We got this guy, and then that guy wanted to play with that guy, and it was really like a waterfall. It just kind of kept feeding itself, And so I like building our program with guys over time. Just like we talked about CJ, seeing him grow from a freshman to a sophomore, and each year you have them, the more you're around them, the more you know each other, the relationship gets deeper. Their blood is in the bricks, and it means more to them to play for our school. With that being said, there's going to be losses off your roster year in and year out. And so if you can develop young guys to fill those, great. If not, then you have to go there. And I think we took some guys just because we could get them a year ago more than we needed them. And so you learn from that. And, we're always going to be active in every recruiting space. We have to be competitive. But we're going to lean more into our high school recruiting as our formula.
Learning experiences can come from every different way.
Yeah.
let me ask you if this was a learning experience. I have a CJ Bailey quote here from the Wolfpacker about Bill Belichick. Shoot, Bill Belichick will get it too. We're going 5 straight years. No matter who is the coach for UNC, we're going to kick them. That's from a while ago. So I'm interested in how maybe a coach either embraces that sort of thing or does use it as a teaching experience.
Definitely a teaching experience. You know, I mean, we can all feel how we want to feel about our rivals, but certain things need to be left in the locker room, and certain things, you know, shouldn't be said publicly. And so in that case, I understand his sentiment and his intentions about wanting to win his rivalry game, but there's better ways he could have said that.
Dave Doeren, NC State head coach, joining us. What position battles are you most excited about coming into training camp?
Yeah, we have a lot of them on defense. So it's every position almost over there. I mean, there's only a handful of returning starters that we would tell you have won a job. And so linebackers, corners, safeties, nickels, defensive linemen, our defense has a lot of competition on it. Offensively, we return a lot of players that played, and so we kind of know what we have over there, not at every spot, but at most. And so it's really going to be on the O-line. There's one spot that we're really watching closely, maybe 2 spots. But the defense is where our eyes are going to be the most on who we're giving the playing time to.
And with some changes coming to the coaching staff, does that affect things where maybe DJ Elliott is looking for a different role or a different skill set than Tony Gibson? So even the guys returning are still in an adjustment period?
Possibly, but, you know, defense is defense, man. Like, you got to be able to run and hit. You got to make adjustments. You got to be able to see things and react, because it's a reaction side of the game. And they're different coaches 100%, but there's a lot of similarities too. You know, DJ's done a lot of things that Tony's done. He's been in the same system, and then he's also done some things that Tony hasn't that are going to be new to our scheme. So I'm excited for DJ. I'm really looking forward to seeing him lead that side of the football.
On offense, back to one of those transfers from last year, Hollywood Smothers popped last year. A few times on tape, you watch him, and it's like, that guy's got a different skill set.
Yeah, he really came on at the end of the year, has tremendous confidence right now. He's an Energizer bunny when it comes to how he approaches football. He loves practice. He loves the weight room. He loves games. He's up and down the sideline, pumping guys up. And when he touches the football, man, he can score from anywhere, and he is fast.
Is there a limit on, like, the temptation is giving the ball a whole bunch of times? Is there a limit on, listed at a little under 200 pounds? He's not the 220, 230-pound back. Is there a limit on how often you can go to that well?
Yeah, I think if you want to be smart, it's a 12-game regular season with some good competition on that schedule, and he's not the only good back. We have a guy, Jaden, we call him Duke, but Jaden Duke Scott, who's going to shock a lot of people this year. And so we have a rotation back there that we're really fond of. And I think it's good for Hollywood and for the other backs that we get to play, to have some plays where you're not getting hit. Because that's at running back, you're not always just going to the ground or running out of bounds. Like, you're taking on linebackers and blitz protection too. And those are unseen hits by the fans that the guys feel over time.
All right, last one for you here. I have 4 names. You get to bring 3 of them back to the program. 1 is a player, 1 is a coach, 1 to lead the fundraisers. All right, so 3 different roles. Peyton Wilson, Ike Ekwonu, Bradley Chubb, Joe Tooney.
Out of those 4?
Out of those 4. No, 1 gets to be a player, 1 gets to be an assistant.
Okay.
1 gets to be the fundraiser.
Okay. I don't know if any of those guys could be fundraisers.
not about asking for money.
Not big talkers. Maybe Jacoby Brissett could, because he's just such a good.
All right.
He can communicate with anybody.
Going off book, I like it.
Maybe he can communicate. Naheem would be a really good fundraiser. Naheem Hines would be.
Shout
it's hard to pick out of those guys as players. Bradley Chubb was the one that was healthiest of all of them that changed the game the most for us.
All right. We appreciate it, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. We're going to talk to your quarterback here. So
appreciate it, man.
Let's go get some insight into that offense. Once again, that is Dave Doeren joining us here at ACC Kickoff. And now we are joined, as I just teased, by his quarterback, CJ Joly, into the booth here. Coaching's always happening. So just so you know, Dave Doeren is he's giving a little pregame with CJ Bailey before he steps down. CJ, good to see you. You can go ahead and grab that That headset right here. No, wherever you want to sit. And welcome back into the drive with Tim Donnelly here on 99.9 The Fan. CJ Bailey, NC State sophomore quarterback, second most passing yards and passing touchdowns by a freshman in state history last year, trailing only a guy you've probably heard of, Phillip Rivers. CJ, first of all, welcome. Thank you for stopping by.
Thanks. I'm glad to be over here.
I was on your Instagram earlier today, saw a what I believe was a Lamborghini. So so what's it like being a college quarterback driving a Lamborghini on campus?
No, so I do not have a Lamborghini. I have an AMG Joly. It's in Raleigh, but I had a rental Lamborghini in Miami when I went home for break, but my car is a Joly.
All right, what's it like driving a GLE? That's still a big man on campus car.
It's amazing. I love the car. It feels good to drive a car that I love.
Mm-hmm. And all right, so is the C Murda chain is that one yours? Again, it's from that same Instagram post. I'm all over it.
Yeah, that is also my chain. I bought it recently, and it's good.
Yeah.
I have something that I like.
Is that a nickname? Where does that come from?
Yeah, Murda is my nickname. That's what they call me in the locker room.
How did that come about? Right, give me the story. But every nickname's got a story, right?
You got to think about it. Gunslinging CJ.
I get it now. All right, it's a connection there.
Yeah.
CJ Bailey, NC State sophomore quarterback. We were just talking with your coach, and he talked about how you're more comfortable in the offense, more I guess knowledgeable. There's less figuring it out, less head spinning. So I'm gonna put you on the spot here. 3rd and 10, your own 40-yard line. Coach goes, "What do you want to call? Like what's the route and who's the intended target?"
So we 3rd and 10. We're going to try to be aggressive here. We're going to get the first down. So we're going to go get Justin involved right here. Justin Joly, give him a little branch route, get to the sticks, break out, get him the ball right there.
All right, I like it. Justin Joly, a lot of buzz to the year.
Yeah.
What about him as a pass-catching tight end has so many people so excited from, obviously, his quarterback who just drew the play up for him all the way to NFL evaluators?
Yeah, he's very explosive. That's the thing about him. And he's going to come to work every day, but on the field, he's a different animal. You know, you give him the ball, he's going to do something with it. You know, he's going to find a way to get open. No matter what, he's going to run the wrong route and it's going to be right. You know, that's one thing about him. He wants the ball. He wants to be out there. He wants to make plays.
Talking about preseason hype, reports say you've added 20 pounds. Is it true?
That's true.
All right. How does that change the way you play, having just a little bit more sturdy your build?
Yeah, it doesn't change the way I play. It makes me feel more protected. I can't wait. You know, like when I felt a little skinnier, even though I feel like I run the same, like I feel like I could still run even though I gained weight. You know, I'm filling out a little bit, but it doesn't change the way I play at all. It doesn't change the way how I feel about when I'm out there.
How'd you do it? What were the meals? What was the workout? What's the move?
So it was workout. I was really heavy on what's it called? What is it called? Creatine.
Creatine, gotcha.
I'm sorry. I was really heavy on creatine this year. Miss Natalie is our nutritionist, and she really helped me out a lot like this year. And like she stayed on me the whole time. You know, I just kept on eating, and after every workout, I just put down some creatine and eat some peanut butter sandwiches late at night. I don't even like jelly. I just get the peanut butter folded together, eat it at night. But
I was there in college. The peanut butter and jellies. It's you got to do what you got to do. CJ Bailey, NC State sophomore quarterback. What was it like watching your high school teammate? I assume one of your good buddies from high school kind of dominate college football last year on the way to being a key player for Ohio State's national championship team. We're talking about Jeremiah Smith. For those of you that don't know, somebody that you played with in high school. What was that experience like?
It was very exciting to see that he could show the world what he could really do. You know, I didn't see all the plays that he made, and I saw those in practice. Those playing catches, those one-hand catches he was making at Ohio State. I've seen even way better catches than that. So like he didn't even pull out all his tricks yet. He got way more on the table. So he was a great guy, man. I'm very happy for him and wish him the best. You know.
Does that motivate you a little bit to chase and leave your own mark on college football, similar to what he's done?
Every day. I got to meet him at the top. You know, he's actually motivating me to be better every day. I want to be up there with him.
I was just talking with Coach Doeren about this. You made some comments about Bill Belichick basically, I'll read them to you. The Wolfpacker is where I read them. Shoot, Bill Belichick will get it. We'll get it too. We're going 5 straight years. We're chuckling already. No matter who is the coach for UNC, we're going to kick them. Do you still have that energy?
Yeah, man. Well, no matter what it is, like any rival we have, I just want to win. That's the biggest thing. I just want to win the game, and all due respect to Coach Belichick, I really respect him, and I just wanted to win. That's what's all right there. That day, I just was feeling iffy, and I just wanted to get something off my chest. But that's how it is with every rival team. Like that's how we feel. That's how NC State feels.
How'd your teammates react to it?
No, they was laughing. It was like it was funny, but my parents was like, "You shouldn't have said that." So, yeah, I'm very sorry.
Oh, and you shouldn't be sorry about. Speaking of with talking about a lot of the guys, Justin Joly, Noah Rogers, Hollywood Smothers, these guys came to State as transfers. Transfer portal giveth and taketh away. How does the offense change with a player like Casey Concepcion no longer on the depth chart?
Yeah, without Casey, like I love Casey, and but things keep going. The show must go on. But we have a lot of great guys, like great receivers, O-line, great offense, period, or running backs, no matter. But with Casey leaving, it gave more opportunities to guys like Kenan Jackson and Terrell Anderson that could come in and play right now. And Bakari Collins left as well, and it filled more spots even for Teddy Hoffman, the freshman, to come in. Like all those guys can play, and that's really key for our offense, like having good talent around us.
I always say nobody on a college football team knows the defense better than the quarterback that has to go up against them in practice. A lot of position battles in that secondary, a lot of kind of breakout opportunities. As somebody that's trying to beat them in 7-on-7 and everything else, who in that secondary do you think is ready for a breakout?
To be honest, I'll say Jamel Johnson, Jeremiah Johnson from Georgia State, Marsh, Devin Marsh from last year. He's really a great player, but from those secondary, in Torrente, I forgot about Torrente. He was injured last year. He can play. All those guys can play. We have really great DBs. They give us one-on-ones, matchups. It's kind of hard to fit the balls in the windows that they give us, but it's really good because they challenge our receivers to get open in the one-on-ones, and they get open a lot too as well. So it's really iron sharpening iron every day, and I like that we have those good DBs and good receivers on both sides of the ball.
CJ, we appreciate you for jumping on with us, and good luck this season.
Yeah, thank you.
Once again, that's CJ Bailey, NC State sophomore quarterback, ahead of a prove-it season.